you know, like new influencers coming, just keep us more and more interested to be a little bit consumptive. So let's unpacking it even wider. What's actually behind the scenes of um, this topic of doom spending, which be led by Miss Dania. Miss Dania also our one of Ota founder, and she's now live in Bali. She's working um, as a writer, right, Miss Dania?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And also she joined a couple English community like at Global. Also, she's very active, and she's also been sent abroad to Madrid, Spain, right? Which is really cool. So definitely we'll be gonna have an intriguing discussion with her, and I'm really happy welcoming her here. So without any further ado, Miss Dania, please, time is yours.
Wow, thank you so much, our beautiful host tonight, Miss Sophie. Wow, such a beautiful introduction, right? Okay, hello guys. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for attending tonight discussions. So, how? I'm a bit nervous. I don't know why. Yeah, today we're gonna discuss about the dark side of retail therapy and packing doom spending. So before we start our discussions, I would like to know, is there anyone in here ever heard about doom spending before? If there is anyone ever heard about this topic, you can raise your hand, but if not, you just can thumbs up. Okay, I see Miss Ekalita raise her hand. Hello,
Is it,
Miss Ekalita. Yes, you can
hello.
share a bit about your knowledge of doom spending, please.
For the truth, I never heard about unpacking dom spending, but just now I'm browsing. It's a lifestyle of Gen Z. So they are spending apa like too much shopping.
Yes. Yeah. It's actually correct that doom spending is when you have impulsive buying, something like that. So let's uh, we okay. The reason why I'm bringing this topic is because nowadays, the rise of smartphone and social media, along with buy now or pay later scams, make it an even more dangerous habit to get into doom spending. So particularly considering that 43% of millennials and 35% of Gen Z are now doom spending, according to survey by Credit Card. So like the Miss Ekalita said before, doom spending refers to a pattern of spending driven by anxiety or a sense of impending doom. Doom in here is similar like disasters, often related to uncertain or distressing circumstances such as economic downturns or global crisis. It's characterized by impulsing purchases as a way to cope with a negative emotions or fear about the future. And in contrast, we have another word in here is regular retail. Regular retail is therapy typically involves shopping as a way to boost mood or reward oneself, often in response to everyday stressors. So regular retail is something that we actually usually do in our daily activities, but doom spending is more reactive to external pressure that can lead to feeling of guilt or financial strain. Whereas retail therapies generally seem more controlled and conscious way to indulge on oneself. Okay, so I will put the definition of doom spending in each slide. So for our next participant who coming late, they can know about the definition of doom spending. And we move to the first question. The first question is, what psychological factors contribute to the tendency to engage in doom spending during stressful times? So, in your opinion, what is the physical factors that contribute to this phenomenon? Anyone who want to try give your opinion? Okay, Miss 𝐒𝐤𝐝𝐞 first.
Is it the same with your explanation before that said that the impulsive spending is because they fear to the future and worried about today's expenses because of the income is like lower, something like that, or there is another psychological factors. I'm asking your.
Okay, yeah, one of the factors is maybe, as I said before, because the fear of the future, but we also have another psychological factor, such as like maybe social comparisons, or I will make the question like this, like, what is the reason people push themselves to purchase more than is usual? It can be because of their fears, maybe FOMO, feeling of missing out, and etc.
So you mean it's another factors that you have been explained before?
Yes, another factor.
Okay,
Uh,
there is. There is any relation with the parenting pattern of their growth age or not?
yeah, it could be.
Or maybe because their parenting what you said about pola asuh parenting pattern
Hmm,
is
parenting
the
style.
parenting style is different from the old generation that more hard, but maybe nowadays the Gen Z the parenting patterns is like more permissive than the old days, I think. And maybe because of that they very tense about the stressor because yeah, like I think I like a strawberry generation. It makes sense to describe uh, the growth of this generation because maybe they have like uh, like a jet lag, yeah, in their growth because I think in the old days the parent style is in one side they are more harder, but in the other side sometimes the children is have different of views and perspective as well, and their parent is demanding them to be have mature conduct, something like that. So like you apa about the impulsive spending for the old days, many parents is didn't like their children if um, spending things apa spending have spending behavior is too much, mostly if it didn't relate with their age and needs. Yeah.
Okay, so as the summary, you mentioned about the parenting style that maybe the old generations teach the children to manage their money wisely. Depends on their needs, not about their wants.
Yeah, I think the old generation, they always delay their children needs, mostly if they think that these children is haven't prepared yet, or they are spoiled, or they are too impulsive, and then the parent will be push their children to be patient of everything. Yeah, and they also teach their children to be um more wiser, to use money, and to have some demanding mostly to the parent. They have to understand the parent condition, and the parent also um like checking their demanding, is it fulfill their needs, or only to follow their wants. And the old generation is very worried if their children only care about uh, the wants, but didn't understand their needs. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Ekalita, for your opinion. Such a great factor that mentioned by Miss Ekalita. We move to another participant here, Mr. Sunshine.
Okay. Is my voice audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. I do agree slightly with what has been stated by Ms. Ekalita before. I do agree that previous generations, like human generations, becomes like way harder compared to the current parents.
Yeah.
But it's not because it's not about parenting style, because the parents, like human generations, like having a financial difficulties most of the time, because the less penetration, the late penetrations of technology make it harder for them, and also the pervasiveness of inequality in accessibility toward education. And that's why it's really hard for them to earn money. Knowing it, realizing it, it becomes even harder for them to make such a purchase without a significant necessity toward the products or services. Okay, and also I believe that the incremental trends of spending today is because of uh, massive penetrations of digitalizations and technology. Because at the same time, probably a lot of teenagers, a lot of younger generations are equipped with the digital skills. Okay, they have a wider range of opportunities to work digitally, like for example, being influencer, being endorsers, being YouTubers. Okay, these opportunities provide them with sufficient number of financial adequacy or financial security. So they do not bother really about the difficulty of purchasing something, because they have the supply of money, enough money to live more adequately. In addition to that, probably another factors would be the lack of financial literacy. This can also happen in both sides. I mean, the late generations or the older generations, because like the older generations having a lack of financial literacy, they always rely on the childrens to help them earning money. Meanwhile, the current generations, since even though they are more exposed to social media, to informations, pieces that are strongly related to financial literacy, however, they still couldn't be more critical in like in increasing their tourism. Like the younger generations tend to be lazier, especially in something related to literacy. We can see that the rate of mass illiterate in Indonesia is like keep growing and growing. I think this phenomenon need to be also considered as one of the reasons why doom spending can also happen in Indonesia. I think that's my comment, Mr. Miss Neil.
Hey, thank you so much, Mr. Sunshine. And I would like to hear also from Mr. Rio. How about your opinion?
Okay, I believe that one of the physiological factors that contribute to the tendency to engage in doom spending is the feeling of fear of missing out, because as we know that we live in digital era and everyone has their own social media account, and through their social media we can access every single things that have happening nowadays. And social when it comes to social media virality, sometimes it can affect to our spending in many things, because when we access our social media, sometimes we find out endorsement about some things from influencer, and it can influence to our spending. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Rio. So Mr. Rio and Mr. Sunshine has a similar opinions about the technological factor in digital era that make children or nowadays young generation easy to get to earn money, and they don't feel about the hardest way to get money in the past year. Okay. How about others' opinions? Is there anyone who want to add some information related to this? How about Miss Sophie? Do you have any opinion?
Yes, miss. I think actually related to this question, I can only think one reason. I can agree with Miss Ekalita about parenting style, because the kids the kids imitating, following what their parents principle, what their parent doing, including how they are consuming something. So if they're type of consumptive parents, they're definitely going to affect it more or less the children when they grow up. So for example, why I'm saying suddenly think about this, because I have one auntie, she doesn't have children at all, but I can see like she's very impulsive, and I kind of like think like, oh, when I grew up I want to be like her, like just buying everything whenever I want. But I also notice one thing, that she's not using all the things that she has been buying. So that's also not so good behavior that adults or parents in our surrounding give it to us as an example. And if we keep surrounded by those kind of people for years, then we definitely could possibly be that type of person when we grow up. So I think that's yeah, because uh being consumptive is not always by choice. Sometimes it is subconsciously rooting in your mind, like you're seeing the people around you behave for years when you grew up, and you just think that that's actually the right thing, or that's a normal thing to do. So yeah, that's I think that's for me, miss.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Sophie. So I also agree with that opinions. So maybe one of the major factors when we have comparison ourselves to others, like social comparison, to keep up about social expectations, leading us to spending to maintain appearance or avoiding feeling left out from other people. Okay, we move to the next questions. Yeah, maybe this one related to the behavior. How can consumers recognize when they are falling into the trap of doom spending? Okay, Miss Kalita first raised her hand. Yes, Miss, time is yours.
Maybe when they realize that they can control their shopping behavior, something
Yeah.
like that, then they also like rush into discount and into the
Yeah.
marketing strategy, and they always feel that if I didn't buy this and the offering marketing is like giving them benefit, but in one side they not really need the products, and they also already have many products, but it feels that they are like less fulfilled. So it's like such a psychological condition that they always feel not enough. uh,
Yeah, that's one of the behaviors. Okay, next, Miss Zura.
Hello, good night, everyone. I think it is because I think nowadays we all know FOMO, fear out missing out. Is it like some people who can joining this trend? They worry uh they can uh yeah they worry they can following their uh friends, um they yeah they friends, is it like I think like when somebody hang out with their friends, yeah, uh uh their friends talk about how about trendings nowadays, and he or she uh can joining this topic on conversation because uh he or she, yeah, she don't have something that uh, something that uh yeah, they don't have something or uh can buy, uh for example, like uh we know Labubu dolls.
Yeah.
All of the people in a big city like Jakarta, yeah, buying these dolls. Some of them uh, buy because, yeah, FOMO, I think, yeah, because uh, they just want to following the trend, yeah, but they don't know how the essential, uh, how important is it for them. Is it important or just, yeah, I just buy it because I want, because I can share my experience with my friends when I hang out with them.
Yes. Yeah, I'm agree about that.
Yeah, uh,
Nowadays. Yeah, continue.
uh, yeah, uh, similar with others participant, yeah, some factors is it like influencer promote some products in social media. It make uh, some factors that foremost is happening, I think so. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Jura. So I'm really agreeing. This digital era, influencer has a big role of the promoting product that make people tend to impulsive buying of this product. So I wanna ask you guys, do you ever in this situation like trap of doom spending when you are fans of some artists or influencer and they promote their products in their social media, and because you love them you buy this product? Do you ever have experience like this before? Or maybe a friends around you? Maybe I want to hear from Mr. Sony.
Okay. Hi. Hello, Mr. Yeah. Okay. When you ask me about what to say, I forgot it. Influencer try to promote their products, and what is that? Have I got a trap? Actually, I have a board myself. If I want to buy something, that I have to make sure and considering more and more, do I need this product or not? And I've never got trapped that product like that. And maybe from friends around me, actually, I have one. She always, what is that? Always, what you call it? Big fans or huge or massive fans of K-pop idol, and she always buy something about. Do you know that photo card and album like that? When do you know aespa? aespa,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, I
they
know.
launch their albums, and she tried to saving their money, even that they didn't, even that she cannot buy a meal in a day. Is it never mind as the important things she can buy as per album and protocols albums. Oh my god! I guess it's how can I have a friends like that? But yeah, this is my friend. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the factors that maybe you can recognize when people are falling into the trap of doom spending. Such a good example, Mr. Sonny. Thank you so much. And how about others? Do you have any similar experience or maybe the wrong one?
Me, can I share my
Yes.
opinion?
Sure.
Okay. Actually, I never been in that situation, but my friend did. I recognize that they are in that situation because when we talk about something viral or there is something happen, they always know. They always know about that. And then I ask, why do you know? Why you always know about that thing? Because I have that stuff. It means like Mr. Sony said before, the first because of what is that? The vital things, you know, right now technology is really, really sophisticated. That's why they can get more information. The second one because of the FOMO, like that. But they don't realize that they are in that situation, trapping in the doom. What is that? The doom. What?
Spending.
Yeah, the doom spending. Because my friend always told me like this: you work, you live once, so that's why you need to maximize your opportunity, buy what you want, like that. But I think, what do you think about that? It's kind of achievement, or it's kind of how to say that?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You wanna adding something?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I do ever heard about that philosophy. I don't know, is this philosophy or that or what? You live once and you need to maximize your life. So it's also have been discussing with my friend about this. Like they in the situation that they have money and they want to get anything that they want, just in case they will pass away earlier, or they need to save their money to support them in the adult era. That kind of thing have been discussing in my circle also. Thank you so much, Miss Nurul. And we move to the next questions. Okay, before the previous speaker before has mentioned about social media, digital era, and technological factor. So in here, what role does social media play in influencing the spending behaviors? In here we have like six things that has a role of influencing them spending, such as constant exposure, fear of missing out that has been mentioned a lot before, validation and comparison influence of culture, community and trends, and emotional marketing. So in your opinion, which one of these factors have the most influencing the spending behaviors? Anyone who want to give the opinion about this?
I think I will share about that.
Yes.
Okay, I think the biggest thing here, I will choose the community and trend because, in this era, there are many people try really hard to increase their level. So that's why they always looking for or picky, refer to the community and trend. If you want to hit the high level, you have to do the same thing, like that level. That's why now there are many people, even you can't buy stuff, you try to buy stuff because of you want to be like them, because of I want to be part of them, like that. If I cannot follow them by buying what they buy, I think I am in the lower level. So in the society, I still in the lower level. I cannot improve my life. Also, people will underestimate about me. That's why nowadays there are many people try to what is that? Borrow money from pinjol or this. Maybe you really familiar with Home Sweet Loan. That's all. Yeah, that's really interesting movie actually because it's related to our um, life right now. Yeah, that's my opinion about that.
Thank you, Miss Nurul. Yeah, Home Sweet Loan is such a good example of this. Yes, Mr. Sansan, you want to add some opinion?
Okay, I do agree, partly what has been stated by Ms. Nurul before, but I think when it comes to the accessibility, the affordability to online access is more about emotional marketing because like these companies like e-commerce have been equipping themselves with a very strategic digital market specialization. For example, like providing discounts like in 2 digits events or like for every survey time and certain discounts like free shipping, free delivery. They provide us with such entertaining, how to say, it's like burdenless. Okay, I think they make it very easy for us to access free financing. And even though probably like what has been stated by Ms. Noda, for example, like you want to be admitted, but if the accessibility toward funding is limited, people will think twice because they couldn't even afford to do that because they do not have money to be in the very beginning, right? But because of emotional marketing means that it's the ability of those companies to touch the subconsciousness of the people, influencing them to consciously purchase products they don't actually need. Okay. But yeah, I think it's more about emotion marketing, where everyone like for example, there are two products, one with free shipping, one with free discount and free shipping. Of course, everyone will prefer to buy something with discounts and free shipping, even though the price like a bit higher. I think it's just a tactical tricks that's have been implemented by these companies to attach to touch stronger the emotion of the purchasers. That's my comment.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Sunshine, that has mentioned about the emotional marketing. How about Miss Lydia?
Thank you for the opportunity. I guess like most of the choice in here are closely related to each other. Like if I choose like influencer culture, I believe like a lot of like marketer when they try to, you know, try to make their products or their service go viral, they will like pay like a lot of influencer to promote their brands and to show like how to use it and to attract people to use the same product like their favorite influencer use. But actually that's just for marketing gimmick, and that will closely related to the constant exposure effect that will affecting our unconscious mind. So then we have the urge to buy something that we um oftenly see or oftenly sees on social media because it is being promoted by a lot of influencers. Probably at the same time, like it's suddenly like explode and go viral and uh, appear in every FYP. So you have like the fear of missing out. If I don't buy this, I will not join like the community and the trends. And I think like a lot of people nowadays they need like seeking external validation from their groups or from their communities in terms of being accepted as a part of them. So they will like joining the trends and buying a lot of things that actually are unnecessary or maybe like too expensive for their budget or living cost level, but they force themselves to buy it because they want to be like one of the trendy person, and they want to feel like how the trends is going, and they like to post it also in their own social media. So they will get like a lot of likes and compliment from their friends or from their family and relatives. And that's also a lot of content creator nowadays are really good at creating like emotional marketing. They create like emotional need that come from a thing that actually essentially we don't really need to use it for daily, but they create a problem and they uh, show the product or services as the solution of the problem that they created and like plan it into our mind. So I guess like all of them are closely related to anything, and that what makes it become like vicious cycle, and that's also dangerous. There could be like potential harm for our next generation when they don't have like enough self-control over their emotion and mind. And that's how I think it affects each other. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Livia. Miss Livia said that actually this factor related each other, such as influencer cultures will make the constant exposure because of the exploded things on Wi-Fi that people fear of missing out about it, and to get a validations by others people on social media and get a potential dangers to the next generations also. Okay, so actually this topic reminding us to more careful about spending behaviors, kind of like this. Is there anyone who wanna give your opinion or adding some things? How about Mr. Reinhardt?
Oh, hello. Hi, Miss Dania.
Yeah,
Sorry, I just I was coming late. Yeah, because I just came home earlier.
it's okay.
What kind of question I actually this one?
Yeah, this one. Before we discuss about doom spending, you can read the definitions above the PowerPoint. And right now, the topic is what does social media play in influencing doom spending behaviors? So we have like a six factors in here. Which
Mhm.
one, in your opinion, is the most influencing, or maybe each other has related?
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Miss Dania. So I would say I will be choosing the validation and comparison one. Okay, so in my opinion about doom spending, okay, so I think this doom spending term is kind of new for me. Yeah, but I've got the point about doom spending. It refers to consumer making unnecessary and extravagant purchases. Yeah, that's true. I mean that validation and comparison is, I would say that is the most crucial point that it will constantly giving the other points that it will be arise as well, like FOMO, uh, influencer culture, community trend, emotional marketing, and kind of constant exposure. I think validation and comparison is the main roots of all of those problems in terms of them spending behaviors. Why? Because for me that I think this generation that everything's about social media as well, we never missed out about having seeking about some kind of validation and comparison. So we have another kind of world that about the real world and then a social media world that when you have nobody to get some kind of validation in real life, and then you will find something else in on social media that that validation and comparison will be easier to approach and to get as well. For example, that maybe if you I think I would say that in my experience, I think not me, but some of my friends that she and he actually both of them, both gender, that he and they always like they're big a fan of something like some kind of a trend, and then because they are very like very famous in the school. Yeah, this is my high school experience that there's some of my friends that both boys and girls that which was very famous, and they have a followers like they're the leader of the like a in their circle, and at the same times that he and she is some kind of trendsetter for anything like okay if they wear something like a new clothes or new fashion or maybe a new gadget. In my era it was a BlackBerry and like an Android, that's very first, and the iPhone. That guy and that girls, then they are using the new a new gadget, and then the next day um, a lot of their friends giving by like same a similar phone as well. So I think that's kind of some kind of trendsetter, and then same seeking some validation. It's like, oh yeah, hey guys, I got a new phone, I think everyone should try it, and something like that. And then the comparison ones are like, I think I'm better than you because my phone is new, or maybe I have a good sense of fashion and something like that. So at the same time, so it will give us some kind of comparison atmosphere to the other, and then give some kind, I would say that it's a bad influence in my perspective, that uh, if you are not follow me with my trend or my things, that you're not my friend or something like that. So I think that's some kind of influencing some doom spending behavior. Everyone just like it will increasing it will spot the FOMO one. Maybe that FOMO term is not really that, not really that a famous thing, but that validation and comparison, I would say again that yeah, it's the main roots of the causes of this kind of doom spending behaviors. And also that I forgot that in my college life, then yeah, I think I had tons of friends which is very toxic. Not my in my faculty, but not my classmate, but from my organization lately. She was like yeah, just like kind of yeah, just a classic behavior that she was famous, and then she was very smart actually, but you know everything about her is about the trendsetter, then everything is self-centered and being egoistical. At the same time that they are giving us some kind of validation and a comparison, so I'm better than me, and then all of those validation from her, it's like, am I good enough? Am I amazing? Or did I did well for the presentation, or maybe having a spotlight, like presentation to other community or maybe other organization for some kind of project. I think I think it will it will give a response to feeling of anxiety or uncertainty about to the others, I mean, and how this is related to about the purchases. Maybe um I think validation and comparison, it will be, yeah, my friends from college that not really that related about the consumer behavior, but my high school friends that, yeah, they were, yeah. I think the validation comparison is very common for me. So I cannot giving much detail about purchasing behavior, that spending. It depends from you. Yeah, my advice, my last statement, I think it depends from you. I had that experience, but not really get into me. Maybe some of my friends, they were, but for me that, yeah, I think that's fine. I have a common, I have a sense of fashion for myself. But maybe this validation and comparison, it will be like some kind of achievement rather than spending things, achievement behavior, like I'm better than you, I can get anything, have a good privilege from my family, so I can buy anything. Like I think that's fine, as long as you have money, or you're spending things not hurting someone. You didn't you're not just you just want to show off for nothing. Or maybe there's no other purpose, like, okay, I'm a famous, so or maybe just like, I think there's a new term like pick me. So pick me girl or pick me boy, as long as you're not being a pick me, so it will be fine. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Rayhan, for giving your opinion about this topic. Do we have Miss Sakina?
Hello, Miss. Thank you for this kind opportunity. I would like to share my opinion. Actually, it is not the most influencing reason, but I just wanna share another opinion about constant exposure. In the old times, I always remember when my friends ask me or beg me just walk around in a department store just to window shopping. In this case, even we actually don't have any intention for purchasing any things or any stuff, but in that time when we exposure to that things in many times, and also I think in this era via our phone in our department store via online, like some application, I think even we don't have enough money for purchasing, we only do that kind of thing. Yeah, we always watching live, and also yeah, we just keep that things in our base kit, and then we are saying, I would like to buy these things later when I have money. And I think because of that exposure, uh, uh, it will give some, what is that, warning sign to us for buying that things. And yeah, I think it's relate to our habits right now. Even we are saying, I don't want to buy something when I go there, but actually yeah, there will be things for buying because of that is funny things, or yeah, some other reasons, I think. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Sakina. I agree about that. And especially in social media, provide the continuous exposure to advertising and consumerism. Sometimes when we scroll up Instagram, and I don't know how, but suddenly they can know what we want to, what the things on our mind. Like maybe we want to search some shoes, and then the advertisement of shoes often come into our FYI, like the Miss Livia said before. This exposure can create the pressure to spend, especially during uncertain times. And also from Mr. Raihan said before about the validation and comparisons, uh, not only nowadays, but in the past also about the trend center, something like that. And also right now it's about social media often foster a culture of comparisons. This can lead spending as means of achieving the same level of lifestyle or status that we can showcase on our online. And okay, thank you so much for all the participants that has been answered these questions. Let's move to the next questions. Okay, so after we discuss about the psychological factors, the most influencing terms, and now we discuss about how does doom spending impact an individual's long-term financial health, and what strategies can people employ to mitigate the effect of doom spending. Okay, is there anyone here who want to give their opinion? Oh, how about we have Fadil in here? I want to hear from Mr. Fadil. What's your opinion about this?
Hello,
Hello,
can you hear my
Mr.
voice?
Yes.
Okay. It's difficult question. I
Can you
think
dance, please?
yes, all right. I think dumb spending is side up wallet killer, yeah, Miss Dania. So when you're constantly buying things impulsively, it messes with your long-term financial health, and you start you will keep doing a lot of things, like you probably have like GoPay or Shopee Pay because you need more financial support to buy your things. So that's the reason why you're starting dipping into your savings, or even worse, like racking up debt on credit cards. And suddenly that threat yourself mentality has left you with a pile of bills. Over time, I think these habits can absolutely lead to a major financial instability, and especially when we are referring to Indonesian, it's kind of difficult to maintain the financial stability even some of the people here don't even have financial stability under 30 years old, but their spending are higher than their income. So it creates the dependency towards the debts, towards the credits, or towards the financial support. Or usually when it comes to financial in a company, we call it as SKBDN, or in a national level, we call it as LCL, letter of credit. But these days, I think more people into the no, sort of like Shopee Pay or whatever it called, to maintain their doom spending like this. So yeah, now I do believe that to actually combat doom spending, you gotta have some solid strategies. You know, at the very first place, like first up, you have to creating a budget. I think it's a really key. You need to have a financial budget. I don't know, what's that called? Like a proposal? I know it sounds a little bit boring, but having a budget, it really, or just having a limited budget, it really gives you a very clear picture of what you can spend versus what you should have, right? And I think another hack is probably like practicing the 24-hour rule. So if you feel the itch to buy something, wait for 24 hours. Usually when I really want to buy this clothing because it's so cool to wear, I need to wait for 24 hours. Usually my desire to buy that thing is missing out after waiting 24 hours. So, well, I mean, I'm actually buying things a lot, but these days, I think after practicing that 24-hour rule, I spend less because I have less money as well. So I think that could be the solution, or that probably helps curbs impulse buying. I think also you need to start unsubscribing, sorry, from all those sale alerts or in social media, or probably try to uninstall several e-commerce application from your phone. I think it will help you a lot with get so much exposure towards the items that you want to buy. Yeah, so I think that's all. I think I'm gonna let back to you, Dania. Thank you.
So much, Mr. Denny. We move to Mr. Rayhan.
Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna having a complete sentence from Fadel. All right. So yeah, I think this I think this question is more relatable to me compared to the previous slide. Like, I think about them spending so I can getting more, more understand about the impact for in the long term. Like, for me, so from my experience that sometimes we have a lot of trigger, especially on social media, or maybe it will be getting other influence from maybe from your neighbor, from your friends, that you have something new, or maybe or maybe spending like, I don't know, this is not all about material, but maybe from my experience that some of my friends that used to a lot of traveling, they're spending more for traveling, and then they post on social media. And I am at the same time, I am the biggest fan of having a traveling, maybe from other country or maybe local. So yeah, that will intrigue me and trigger at the same times. Like, that's the spending will be, yeah, it will come for me, rather than some kind of material like, okay, my friends just buy a new clothes, or maybe just a new clothes, or maybe visiting a new place. Like, I think everyone can do the same. It's like just at different times. Like, okay, maybe this time they can visit to Pangandaran Beach, for example. Maybe I can go there maybe next week or maybe next year. So it's fine. So there's no doom spending effect for me, or any impact from from my financial things. But if you talk about the strategies, I have a lot of strategies to minimize, to emphasize about how this kind of effect of doom spending. I do agree with Fadel. Um, so maybe I will give my own perspective that the first that I hate to use debit card.
Mana wis under wis. Lewat mana sih
Yes.
biasa gini kan? Itu tuh belok
I'm
kanan.
sorry, Livia.
Loh, nggak apa-apa sekalian eh.
Would you mind to? Okay.
Walah lah, ngono kok ngomongin itu.
Miss Dania, would you mind? Okay. All right. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some kind of strategies that I do agree with Fadel, but from my suggestion that if I hate to use my debit card. I used to debit card just for saving formally, because if you open the saving account, it means that you get the you will get the debit card physically, but at the same time that so far that when I use the debit card, I unconsciously that spending more compared to using the real money, um, when I use the real money like from my wallet, I can manage them, or I can manage them completely then, and then I can see that how much I spend for a day, maybe for a week, for example, that in my wallet there's 500,000. So I can divide that. Oh, for a day it's 100, so the next day 100, and the next day blah blah blah. Maybe just for a week or 2 weeks. If to 2 weeks, 14 days, then I can divide per 500, divides 14, maybe just with 50, or maybe like less than 50,000. So it will be easier to approach. Then I can save and I can manage my money more easier rather than spending the debit. But at the same times that I think we live in the cities, like I live in Bekasi, and then sometimes I went to Jakarta, that everything is cashless. The things I hate about being cashless is like that. Okay, I didn't notice that I just spend more, like 2 times for spending like 1 million or maybe 2 millions. That is really, it can give the effect of doing spending indirectly. So that's my first strategy. So just use the money. It's okay if you feel using conventional things or maybe conventional way is way better for this day, even that you feel like, okay, maybe some people said that ketinggalan zaman or something like that. It doesn't matter. But the things that the goal is how you can keep that long-term financial health for you, giving the good advantage for to be financial stable. That's the first. And then the second one that I sometimes that I have a different wallet with different purpose. There's for debit card, and then for a membership, and then just for e-money or flash. Sometimes I just use that for e-money purpose, e-money. So I just can put that money on that wallet. So I don't have to look when I open the wallet and there's a debit card, and then I can feel triggered that, okay, I need to spend this with my debit card, something like that. So that's the easiest ways. And then for the social media, just like Fadil said that, yeah, so just unfollow and unsubscribe. Maybe it is not related to me, but maybe some other people do. You need to get rid of, or maybe you need to minimize to searching, maybe like Shopee, or maybe like Tokopedia, or like Blibli, or maybe Traveloka and something like that. Just less spending online, I guess. I think doom spending is more risky when you do online shopping compared to the offline shopping. We need to agree with that, because online shopping can be easier for the marketing strategy. You can just spend more rather than to saving that money. Maybe you can manage that spending, like I have no experience for the online shopping, because I hate online shopping, because I still have a feet, I still have a hands, I can go anywhere. I never do go food or something like that. I just use money for a conventional way. You can just, maybe for example, if you want to online shopping, just maybe 3 months, one time for a month, or maybe 2 times a month, and the rest you can do offline spending, like, okay, you go anywhere, or maybe just spending like not online shopping purpose and something like that. Okay, and then the last one is you can like manage your money. Like I do agree, we have a lot of saving account, not just one account. Maybe if you have BCA and then you have BNI, you have Genius, just divide that for genius is for eating purpose, or maybe like for saving purpose, or maybe investment, and then BCA just for maybe like self reward, or maybe that and also that BNE you can use for I don't know, maybe if you love something like watching movie, or maybe some kind of spending that you really love, or maybe like a personal stuff. Yeah, I think it will be effective as well. Not, please don't mix it only one saving account. I think it will give a lot of risk for doing spending later or maybe in the future. Yeah, I think that's my suggestion, my strategies. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for Mr. Rayhan. And from two previous speaker, we have some suggestions from Mr. Fadel. It's about set a budget, and also maybe you can use 24 hours rules when you want to buy something. Be more patient. And from Mr. Ray, and also unsubscribing online shops. From Mr. Rayhan, he suggests to use real money instead use like debit, because it's easier to us to manage our money, use conventional way, and also prefer to use different wallet and less spending on online shop, and also have a lot of saving account for different spending purposes. Okay, I would like to hear for another participant here. Let me see. Is there anyone who want to give your opinion? How about Miss Penny? Miss Penny, are you there? How about Mr. Febri?
Okay. All right. What strategies can people employ to mitigate the effect of doom spending? But actually, I do the same as Mr. Fadel said before, but not for 24 hours. I usually do it for a week. So everything that I want to buy usually because of let's say scrolling social media, or the things that I really want, then I just need to put it on my basket, let's say on online platform or e-commerce, and then I will reconsider whether I still need it or not in the next week, or I do really want it and I need it, or I only want it, things like that. I think it works for me so far, to finally at least delete the things that I don't really need, or because I only want it in that week. So usually the things that I purchase, yeah, it's finally the things that I really need because of waiting for a week. I think that's what I always do, and I have no and I have no other insight for this section. It really depends on how much money do you have.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Febri. Yeah, I think some of us has the same experience. If Mr. Fadel is 24-hour rules, Mr. Febri is a week rules, and me personally, if I want to buy something, I wait it until a month. I put it on my wish list, but I thinking it like a month. If the next month I still want to buy these things, I will buy it. But If I just forgot it, yeah, I left it. Okay, how about Miss Hanum?
Okay, thank you, Miss Dania. So in my opinion, so many impact from the doom spending, right? But actually when individual depletes their saving, even just their fulfilling their most basic needs like housing or food and healthcare, it's become a significant challenge. And this financial instability often force people to like and pinjol, and then the absence of saving creates a heightened vulnerability to economic shock such as medical emergencies or job loss, where immediate access to fund is critical. And without the financial cushion, individual may be driven to take out high interest loan or use credit card, further compounding their financial difficulties. And over time, this debt can accumulate, making it increasingly difficult to break free from financial strain and worsening their long-term financial prospect. And then I think what strategies can people employ to mitigate this effect from dumb spending? Like, yeah, as simple as you can live with just the way you are. I mean, like, live within your means. It's essential to align spending habits with your income level and avoid an unnecessary expenditure or impulse buying or lifestyle inflation that may erode your ability to save. And then maybe the second is reduce reliance on credit. Like instead of depending on credit cards or loan for unplanned expenses, aim to use the money from your saving. That this is maybe from my opinion. Thanks, Miss Dania.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Hanum, for your opinion. I would like to hear more from Miss Sakina.
Hello, Miss.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, thank you again. Actually, yeah, I do agree with before opinions such as sometimes we are buying something because we have money, and then yes, for ourselves, we don't hurt anyone, or yeah, we don't give more bad effect to anyone else. So that's why I think as far as we can accommodate our daily needs, it just best and we know the best for our life. Yeah, that's okay as far as we have that money. But the most, I mean, the more effective strategies for us to avoid this doom spending. I agree with uh, before opinion that we only need to accumulate our income to any, I mean, for our saving, for our expenditure and other need. Yeah, we just allocate for many things in a month where we feel that it's enough for this month. Yeah, we don't need to buy more because we know our capability and we know our saving in our own banking. That's enough, I think. Thank you.
Okay, so things that I can get is we need to practice mindfulness to reflect our emotion before we want to do purchases, and have to allocating our money based on the things that we really need. All right, thank you so much, Ms. Sakina. Okay, here are some specific demographics that are more susceptible to doom spending. So the first place is young adults, maybe it's around 25 until 35 years old. People, they may lack financial experience and be more influenced by social media trends and peer pressures. And also the individuals in financial stress, those facing job insecurity or economic hardship may resort to shopping as a coping mechanism. And the third is women. Studies suggest women may engage in retail therapy more often due to social and emotional factors. And the last is people with mental health issues. Those experiencing anxiety or depression may use spending as a way to manage their attention. Okay. And then the next question is how can retailers capitalize on the phenomenon of doom spending during economic downturns? Maybe you can give your experience related to this to remind us or warning us to be more careful when we doing shopping. Is there anyone who want to give their experience or opinion about it? How about Mr. Arvid? Okay, how about Mr. or Miss GNF? Are you able to speak up?
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Let me think about this question first. How? Retailer, sir? What do you mean of retailer? Can you give example?
Retailers is the producers, like the marketing person. The marketer. Yeah.
Okay. I think this question little bit difficult, but let me think because it's not economic class, just for separate the idea, right?
Yeah.
So in this thing, yeah, retail as you mentioned, maybe can capitalize on the phenomenon of doom spending. Yeah, I somewhat agree with these things. And yeah, maybe the first one is how, right? The question is how. Maybe appealing to emotional comfort and yeah, I like that. So because the direct economic downturns, I think consumer often seek comfort and emotional relief, right? Through the retail, and maybe the retail can how have their market to highlight products that maybe offer immediate emotional and physical benefit because at that phenomena. uh and what else, yeah, maybe it could be related with the somewhat we know the FOMO, fears of missing out phenomena. So maybe the retailers can also creating time because this phenomena, so they can get more benefit because this like physiology things, right? In FOMO, it maybe sometimes happen in nowadays, mostly in the teenager. So like offering flash sale or maybe limited time promotion. I think is play urgency to secure deals before they are gone. And what else? Maybe they can also focus in the uh, flexible payment option So offering flexible payment option could be solution like buy now or pay later. I think somewhat the society is like, I think this strategy is dilemma, yeah, because if we use a pay later, we can get more discount, even though they like have a negative impact as well if you cannot manage your financial I mean if you cannot manage financial well, so it will be you will be get a drawback for that situation. But since this is a point of view for the retail, so I think it could be help retails to take more benefit, so offering flexible and payment option. Well, I think there's 3 points for me regarding your question, Kak Dania. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. GNR. So you mentioned about the emotional messaging, if I'm not mistaken, and also about the full moon and the easiest way to get the money from the billeter, etc. And how about others? One of the retailers usually do is targeted marketing. They target their marketing maybe for the mothers or for children's and etc. They make an emotional messaging on their advertisements to engage them to buy the things that they sell. I would like to hear from Miss Sophie.
Yes, Miss?
Are you ever experienced this kind of things that capitalize from retailers do?
Yeah, I have to be honest, I don't really understand about the question. Can you please explain it, Miss? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sometimes when we do window shoppings, as the previous speakers said before, when we go window shopping, we actually didn't want to buy anything. But when we come to some stores, maybe they put like emotional messaging, advertisement, or maybe they make the store very convenient for us to enjoy our window shopping. Then we buy some stuff from them.
Yeah. That actually happened a lot of times when I go to Mr. DIY.
Mm-hmm.
Only because the song is really haunted me. Even after I come back to my home, it just I also think that they maximize all the effort to open every possibilities to the customer so that they can interested in buying. For example, the lighting,
Yeah.
like I know IKEA and Mr. DIY, for example, they're very light compared to what is 𝐒𝐢𝐝𝐞 actually, compared to private shops. So there we got really interested because the color is light up in front of our eyes, because also I mean the colors of the products also light up because of the light. They have so many lights in the room. And also I think one of the factor, because they're very organized. I don't know if it is also affected or not, but I noticed when for example, I have a private shop beside my house, like one of my neighbor shop, and it is really hard to find like the size, or for example, like specifically talking about clothes, and it's hard to find the size, the colors, other variation because H&M or other capital shops, they're actually displayed very interesting, if you know what I mean. So I think that's also one of the factors.
Yeah, that's true, Miss Halsey. How about Miss Ekalita? Maybe as a mom, you ever face this case when you feel so convenient in the stores.
Miss Dana, can I say something before I leave?
Yes.
Just to add up the
Oh yeah,
ideas.
Mr. Fadel, you raised your hand. Yeah.
Thank
can
you.
say.
um, so first of all, I think people need to define first what economic downturns, right? Because the way they are going to emphasize what is going this retailer, huge retailers, small retailers will capitalize on this specific phenomenon or this specific time can be very different if you really think of what is actual economic downturns. So for those of you who don't know economic downturns, I'm not really sure actually, but something in the periodic time where some countries there is a significant decrease or decline in their GDP. So it usually increase the unemployment rates. And somehow you can say that when it comes to economic downturns, some of the economic economic sides on finding the incentives are also very difficult. So why in that particular time people are going to buy more when they notice that their incentive or their income are actually getting less? So this irony must be addressed in the very first place. So usually when it comes to this particular condition, people will try to make sure they're going to have more savings. Because of this savings urgency, some of these, not only retailers, but most of the company that are selling products, they're going to use this marketing strategy, which is putting more discounts, but with limited time. So if you line up between the strategy of having this saving in this during the economic downturns, more people will consider that this discount seem to be saving their money.
Yeah.
It makes them feel like, oh, if I buy those things in this peculiar time with this certain amount of discount, I'm going to save more money. But eventually, the discount that we saw most likely, we see most likely in the display of the retailer, either it's in DIY, I don't want to say the brand, either in those retailers, are basically the markup price that are probably just lesser, or it's something that they want to just how do you say it for the retailers terminologies? They just want to like make sure that their stock items in their warehouse are actually sold from the there's one thing that we call as first in first out, FIFO in warehouse terminology. So usually when there comes when the older products are getting less bought, they're usually are going to use that discount marketizing product, which is they're going to use plus. For example, in this Matahari on this mall, they're going to have like so discount 50% plus 25%, which people will consider, oh, it's going to be 70% discount. But eventually it's not. It's 20% discount from the 50%. This is the thing that people need to be aware of instead of just seeing the actual number. Because of that particular condition of urgency of having saving, and then how these retail or these marketers knowing exactly how to put them into their mentality, we need to be more close to their emotion attachment. That's why, oh, you want to save more? Then buy this item because we give you more discounts. Eventually, they're still actually putting, roughly 20% or 30% from the net price of the item itself. Or they're just like decreasing to 10%, but still having the how's that called? The what's it called? Eventually it's not loss. I don't even forget the word, but probably Mr. February will say the word of having more money. You can say revenue, but revenue is something that is basically by the set of time periodic, accumulatively. But what is it from this single item? But I forgot how to say it in that economic term. So yeah, I think that's all my opinion. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry that I have to leave now. I'm super hungry. I'm starving right now, Miss Dania. I love this topic. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Fadel, for such a good explaining and generally the truth about the economic downturns and the strategy of retailers that giving a discount plus to make people think that they save their money, but actually not. Yeah, that's the all of the point of these questions has been answered by Mr. Fadel. Thank you so much. And we will move to the last questions. Okay, maybe this is the summary question of today's topic. So, what are some healthy alternatives to retail therapy that can help manage stress without overspending? And in what ways can mindfulness practice help individuals avoid the pitfall of doom spending? So, pitfall in here means like a trap. So, in what ways can mindfulness practice help individuals avoid the trap of doom spending? So this question is more related to the health alternative to manage stress without overspending our money to the unneeded things to buy. Okay, Ms. 𝐶𝐿𝐫.
I agree that mindfulness can help the individuals avoid the pitfalls of doom spending because it can give us space, yeah, to think over about the priority, the needs and the urgent of the financial management, and what are some healthy alternatives to retail therapy can help manage stress without overspending. Yeah, like I said before, we have to more concentrate to fulfill our needs than wants. Moreover, if you have to arrange your financial and you're not in the condition that free financial, and then you have to set up your priority, mostly like for your saving, your investment, and of course your daily needs and social life as well. But it more related to the your institution, yeah, to arrange your um financial management.
Yes.
Yeah, to apa to overcome to yeah, something like so it's like set up your priorities and also like for your future preparation, like saving or investment. It depends to your income.
You mute your voice. Okay, I think there's a problem with Mr. 𝐶𝐿𝐫 connections. We will hear from Miss Sophie.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss, for the opportunity. I'm just gonna be really quick. I think when it comes to finding solution, we should really find the problem first. So what actually the cause or the trigger that make us being overspending. And I think when I think about it, I found one of the reason is we just want to be satisfied in a temporary time. For example, we are bored, we are stressed, oh, having a full of pizza gonna be a great idea to decrease or to press the loneliness, to press the boredom. Or maybe check out some stuff from Shopee and other online shop gonna make me light again, you know, that kind of stuff. So recognizing the trigger could also bring us to the alternative solution. So for example, we already know, okay, every time I want to buy something, every time I want to eat so many things, it is because I feel bored, and it's because I feel lonely, and it is because I just feel a lot of stress from work. So I need a distraction, and all the impulsive behavior, all the junk food that I eat, it's actually very temporary. So what is actually that I can do as an alternative? Find uh yes, you can meet other people, hang out with them, talk to people, watch movies that make you not only a single thing. And boredom, for example. Oh, you don't really like going outside, dress up, and meeting other people. Okay, then clean your room. You know, maybe you just feel so stressed because you're coming from work and you see your room completely messy. So just try to reorganize the stuff or cleaning your room. And when you done all of that and you still craving for the stuff, just wait for 1 or 2 days and then ask yourself again whether you actually need it or whether you're just craving it at the moment. That's it. Miss. Hope that connected with your question.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Sophie. So I got a point in here from Miss Akalita before. She said we need to concentrate to fulfill ourselves about the things that we need, and also set up our priority. And from Miss Sophie, we need to increasing awareness, recognizing our triggers, and also if we feel stressed, maybe we can do the alternative ways such as meet our relative or cleaning our room and reorganize the things inside our room to reduce the stress and give a time to thinking again about the things that we actually want to buy, are we need it or not. Okay, how about another participants? Maybe Miss Hanum.
Okay, maybe I don't have any opinion, but actually totally agree with other opinion other participant before, like Miss Shopee and said. And then maybe for me and my question is, what some healthy alternative to retail therapy? Maybe I would like to do my hobbies, like yes, I think everyone there a hobbies. Maybe like some people were having hobbies like reading or watching the movies. Yes, I think for me, I just want to spending my time with do all the my hobbies. I think that uh, can be alternative for me. Okay, that's for my opinion. Yes.
Thank you so much, Miss Hanum. So do hobbies. And maybe from Miss Rio, do you have any statement about these last questions? Mr. Rio or Mr. Arjun? Then Miss Nurul?
No, thanks, because I totally agree with Privia's um perspective before.
Okay, thank you. And then Mr. Febri or Miss Sakina, do you have any last statement about these questions? Mr. Febri or Miss Sakina?
Okay, Miss. For me, yeah, I do agree also with previous, but actually, as far as we know, our allocating income and also expenditure, it will help us to yeah, purchase something. Then in case when we have more income, then we wanna make our what is that our family's member be happy because we have something for them. Yes, we can manage it by our rest of saving. I think from when we have allocated our income for us, and some people I think become sandwich generation, then they need to think about their family's member. They also need to allocate their rest of income, yeah, to think about other expenditure. So that's why, as far as we can know the limitation. Yeah, that's from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sakina, for your closing statements. How about Mr. Febri? Do you want to say something? If not,
Okay, I'm just gonna make it quick for this questions. Uh, without a person. Yeah, basically, I do agree with all the previous speakers. Uh, yeah, because there's no other way. Yeah, I do agree with previous speakers, Miss Daniel.
okay, thank you so much. So thank you so much for all the participants that have been answer and discuss about this topic, unpacking of doom spending. So I hope from this topic make us realize that we need to be more wisely while we spending our money, for avoid us to do doom spending or impulsive buying such as that. Yeah, that's all from me. I give it time back to Miss Sophie. Thank you so much, guys. Miss Sophie?
Yes, Miss Dania, can you hear me?
Yeah, right now, yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I was from the bathroom. Thank you so much, guys. I'm just gonna be real quick for the feedback. You know, I noticed a couple repetition mistake during our discussions. The first one is the comparative, cheaper. For example, is wait 1 second. Let me check my note. So sorry, guys. What am I doing? I'm so stupid. Okay. For example, cheaper. What else? I
Your voice is a bit far, Miss.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I noticed that a couple mistake that we made is actually the use of comparative adjective, which is we said like more wiser, for example, or more cheaper. Okay, that's actually incorrect because it should be just wiser and cheaper without more. So how could we easily recognize the difference just when it's short? Okay, like cheap and wide. It is just simply at the end. Okay, just put the ending at the end if the adjective short, and if the adjective long, like beautiful, handsome, expensive, then we are putting more before the adjectives. So more beautiful, more handsome, more expensive, more interesting. We don't use anymore, like interestinger or beautifuler. So just that's the quick difference. If it is short, then we put for the ending. If it is long word, then we put more. And also the other mistake that we made is the use of have. Okay, this one. So in the question, we noticed that there are variety of question like do, have, and is are, for example. Just call it be. Okay, so it doesn't matter actually when do we use it, and what kind of present. It's so hard to memorize all of the grammar. We just need to know that what kind of form when we use this kind of question. For example, we want to say do. For example, we would like to asking about experience, sorry. You just say, do you have any experience? Do you have any experience related to the question, for example? And if you just want to more direct, you said, have you experienced that? Have you experienced that? Okay. Or when you want to use be, for example, you can say, are you having, are you experiencing that? Okay, so we just need to recognize the form. No need to memorize every single what they call it, tenses. When do we use it? Just if you want to just direct, you can use have. Usually, and most of the time, people using have when they're asking about experience, like have you ever done this? Have you ever tried this? We're not really using do or and are. Sometimes we're using do and are for adjective, okay, or for or a verb. We're not really asking people using do and be asking about experience. But is that incorrect? That's also correct. If you also want to use that, that's totally fine. We just need to recognize the form. And the other mistake is yeah, that's actually parenting style. It is pola asuh. That's the only mistake that I noticed. Okay. And other than that, I noticed all the participants here speak very well English. I can easily understand. We all among each others understanding very easily. So there's no really like a big issue related to our speaking skill, which is, I'm really happy for that. So thank you so much, guys, for keep practicing with us. And please, I'm looking forward to see you guys again next week for our upcoming discussion with another topic, obviously. And also, last but not least, I would like to say thank you very, very much for Miss Dania for joining us, for willing to moderating us in today's discussion, also for presenting a very interesting topic, which is, I think this is very important to discuss, and we need more perspective related to it. So thank you so much for bringing up this topic today. And I think last we can also take a picture, right? So please, sirs and miss, if you don't mind, you can open your camera and show your beautiful and handsome faces. And let's take a picture together. Mr. Sunshine, Mr. February, Miss Henny, Miss Hanum, Mr. Ku, Miss Nurul, Miss Ekalita. Yeah. Who wants to take a picture? Miss Dania or Mr. Sunshine?
Please, somebody help, not me, please.
Yeah, I will take a picture.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ku, are you shy? Miss Nurul also? And I'm so sorry, I just so lazy today. But yeah, I don't care. Miss Henny. Yeah, please. But if you're guys shy, then don't worry. No pressure. Let's just take a picture. Okay. Okay, Miss Tania, maybe you can count.
1, 2, 3. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. Another step. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Dania, and thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a great night. And okay,
Thank you
before
all. Thank you so
we
much.
close,
Very interesting topic. Great
very interesting
moderator.
topic.
Thank you for the host as well.
Community.
Awesome explanation.
Yesterday, we
Next
said
session,
tomorrow.
everyone. Bye
Okay,
bye.
see you guys next
Have a
week.
very
Bye.
good night.
Have
Ha
a
ha
great
ha.
night, guys.
Okay, yesterday we said tomorrow.